And following the Neet paper leak controversy, the Supreme Court has highlighted the need to fix accountability in the case. The top court has called the situation very traumatic for the students and for the families. A bench comprising Justice P.S. Narasimha and Justice Alok Aradhe heard petitions basically related to the Neet leak controversy, the petitioners wanting the disbanding of the National Testing Agency, or NTA, which conducts the examination. In fact, the justices compared the NTA's handling of Neet with how other bodies like the UPSC conduct large-scale examinations, noting that the UPSC had never cancelled an exam due to a leak. Justice Narasimha said that until accountability arises and it is known which individuals bear responsibility, the problem of leaks will not stop. Meanwhile, the NTA informed the Supreme Court. The NTA informed the Supreme Court that it has undertaken wide-ranging structural and security reforms. Following the paper leak, the NTA has also given an affidavit, in fact, saying that a high-powered committee reviewed the preparations and recommended pre-exam, during exam, and post-exam safeguards. The chairman of the committee also told the Supreme Court that 60 suggestions had been made by the HPC and most of them were implemented. And he added that certain practices are also being implemented for the re-examination to be held on the 21st of June. Reports saying that among the new security measures the government is planning, it is exploring the use of the Indian Air Force to transport the question papers. They are also trying to identify secure locations to store the exam materials. And this is beyond banks. This is part of a whole of government approach to ensure the retest is conducted without issues. Let's go straight across now to our correspondent tracking those developments with us on the broadcast. At this point, the concern that has also been highlighted time and again, given what the students, the parents, the families have been going through for this entire period, given the uncertainty which is at the core of this, and the Supreme Court also now outlining that accountability needs to be fixed. Tell us more about where things head from here onwards.
Well, Molly, there are massive questions that are being asked by the top court. Now, the National Testing Agency was first asked to, give its side of the story on Monday this week. And then today we saw a few hours back the NTA officials talking about how they have a lot of systems and protocols in place. But again, the question remains with respect to how this paper got leaked in the first place. Because while the CBI is currently conducting its investigation, they have arrested 11 accused individuals in this particular case. And a lot of them are either professors or directly or indirectly connected with the education industry of the country. So now the question is not just about what they can do next. The question is also that is being mulled upon now is whether they can involve the military in terms of transporting these papers for the next exam, the retest that is being held next month. As we've noticed that the top leadership of the country has been mulling a decision to involve the Indian Air Force as far as this transportation process is concerned. But this is only with respect to the retest that will be happening on June the 21st. The larger question still remains unanswered with respect to all the lapses in protocol so far and what really are the systemic changes required in the entire system. Because this is not the first time that a paper leak is making news in India, and if it's not addressed, it also won't be the last time. To make things clear, the Air Force is now being considered for its involvement logistically, because up till now, NEET exam papers used to be transported via post. And the concern is that because it changes a lot of hands, that's where the leak is happening. Whether or not that is true, where exactly the leak is taking place, who are the people involved, that is something that we will find out once the CBI concludes its investigation. And from there, it will be a starting point of conversation for a larger systemic change. How much of that really trickles down for the papers ahead and for all the students that are involved? That is the big question, Oli.